Right, we're back for another day working on the Redwoods. And I see you there. I think you may be the first one here. Alright, I was trying to get some new and interesting ferns ready for the Redwoods. But I think for now we're going to use a different one. I did do a little more work on this stream. And by the way, let me know if there's any trouble hearing me or any other issues. So yeah, the stream is shaping up. I'll probably fix up the landscape a little bit more around it, but it's getting there. That's what matters. I did a water simulation so we could get some realistic movement coming down this sloped area here. It's not perfect yet, but I'm pretty happy with it. Pretty solid overall. But let's see, we need a lot more ferns. So we're going to do that. What's in here? Potentially. Take them out, set them out here. I want to see them actually in the environment. You know, I'm not extremely impressed with that. We're gonna not. Maybe? Looks like we'll just go with more of these for now, until later. I just can't let the state of these ferns stay this way. I'm too picky. But this will do for now. These are what I'm currently using. They're acceptable. I guess everybody does it a little bit differently. I've usually worked on them by myself, so I'm not extremely familiar with how other people work on their maps, but I might be a little overly picky compared to some people. But it is a somewhat common issue to have spots in the map that have issues like that, but like with this right now, I was having a collision issue the other day over in this area, but luckily I've been able to fix that. Oh yes, absolutely, we have to do the Horseshoe Crab Temple. And I'm glad you agree. It does mean I take a little longer than I'd like to sometimes on some areas, but I think it's best to have a more polished environment that runs better than to rush it and get something out faster. I just think it's more important. Now, I was curious. It looked like some of my rocks were missing. I'm still gathering some of the stuff I want to use to make the Horseshoe Crab Temple, but it's absolutely happening. It has to. Why? Interesting. I actually do have a place in mind for him to be in the Redwoods. Of my foliage in this area seems to be missing. So I'm gonna reload this real quick, see what's going on. Be that much. Interesting. Okay, I guess we're gonna add back some of these trees because some of them went missing for reasons. Don't know? How strange. I was making a bunch of changes to the foliage the other day, so there's a good chance that was part of it. You know what, let's go with the large ones first. Need to see how dense this is so we don't paint a ridiculous amount of these. Only a halfway ridiculous amount. Okay, yeah. That's reasonable-ish. Yeah, there's no way I could not have a Horseshoe Crab Temple, so, you know, I don't know if Islander's on board, but I think he's just gonna have to be at this point. The people have spoken. Gonna scatter these up the mountain a little bit. I'm sure it's gonna look weird at first, but we can fix that in a bit. Fortunately, nobody's falling through landscapes here, so... Yet. Oh yes. We will not be denied. We must have the Horseshoe Crab Temple. There's nothing you can do to stop it at this point. It's a certainty. We'll add in some smaller trees in a bit here too, but I don't like to paint different sizes at different times because I make them all a little bit different in density. It is your density. I agree. I think it should be a huge temple. I was actually thinking I might throw it down here. Maybe. We'll see. I still need to do some work in there. Oh yes. More horseshoe. I'll have to bump this up a little bit. That might be too much. We'll see in a moment. Let's not limit ourselves. Then. No, I don't think that's too much. A little dense, maybe. We'll just go through after. Clean it up a little bit. I don't know about you, but I really like having dense forests. It just feels a lot more realistic. Not to mention, with the way nanite works, it can actually work in our favor if we have more things blocking other things. This is just a kind of rough draft at the moment, so it's going to get a little more cleaned up as we go on. But I just like to yeet down a bunch of trees first. That would be pretty awesome. I'm excited for raptors in general. There's just something terrifying about the thought of, like, let's say you're on here walking through the forest at night, and then you hear some movement in the bushes. Maybe a thunderstorm is going on for dramatic effect. It could be a bad time. Or a great one. Trees on this hill would be fitting, maybe. We'll see. Not that one though. Yeah, it's looking up close. It's a little bit too dense in some spots, so it's going to be dark. We'll touch those up on a spot-by-spot basis. Hello there. It's a start. that would be... I think we'll have something similar, at least, to that idea. I don't know for sure yet. I can't say too much yet, but there are some plans for temple areas. So as long as I can fit it in. Thank you. Reason these aren't spawning. Look at that later. We have enough for the moment. We do need some fir trees, though. Might be too many. Nah, it fits. I will always take a random lore dump. Do need to make sure some of these areas might already have. Okay, that's what I thought. We do have fir trees already in some of these areas. Oh, you can see the river in the background, or the... Yes, we are using nanite and lumen, but we don't plan on restricting it to only lumen. Nanite, though, that will have to be used. However, I think you'll find that nanite runs very well for us. I've just catered everything about the level design around using nanite so that it can run well. This looks, I need to see how dense this is. Not as dense as me. We need more. that it just completely freezes up because I'm painting so many at once. But I will not be limited. I actually wanted to adjust the density of these anyways, because I want to add more ferns and less of the taller plants. See, this I thought was a little too dense. We'll see. Yes, it does move. I haven't added the interactions to some of these newer plants in the Redwoods, but if you play the demo we have available, actually I don't remember if it's working in the demo, but it does work now. So there are foliage interactions where you the plants will move when you walk into them. We're also about to use some creative placement of rocks and stuff to control how many things are being drawn at once. I actually was talking about this earlier. I also am working on some redwood models where you can actually go inside the base of the tree and hide in it. A little late. I get it though. I stay up too late pretty much every night. There actually is a cave here, but it's... I don't know how to describe it. It's a little bit unrelated to the Redwoods, despite being here. There will be more caves. paint some of these. Still might be too dense. Let's see. The demo is for Patreon supporters, but I'm sure we'll also have more available later on, just because it's a very early build right now. It's not something everybody would want to play necessarily. That might be too much. Actually, you know what? I like it. We're keeping it. Definitely excited for everyone to get to play it later on. It's like my new addiction, seeing the screenshots people post. It's just the coolest feeling, seeing people in the level I've spent so much time working on. Yeah, this is starting to look a little more like I imagined. I can imagine writing like that also is probably just as time consuming as this is. And we do have another tech demo coming, so there will be more to see soon, because I've done so much work since the last one I can't even remember what all has changed. And of course everyone else has as well. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. This is one of my favorite biomes to work on. I've just been going a little back and forth on changing some things with it. I have this specific vision in my head and haven't been able to fully replicate it yet, so I'm always making little tweaks. Now we're going to go through and cut out some of these in places where they shouldn't be. Because I don't think ferns grow in rocks yet. They haven't evolved yet. You may also notice with the next tech demo, the file size is probably a little bit bigger, but that's something I'll be working on more as we get closer to completing the game. So, I'm not going to needlessly make the level take a ton of disk space, but if it is, it's mostly due to the way I do foliage. It performs a lot better with a specific type of model with nanite, and those can be a little heavier on disk space, but I will be doing my best to keep it a reasonable size. I think probably most people would feel that they'd rather have better performance and sacrifice maybe a little bit of disk space for it. But don't worry, it's not going to be Call of Duty sized or Red Dead. This is completely normal and fine. And I think we'll also do a little bit in the snow region today, just a little bit. I have some things I'd like to put there. I've only just done a little bit in that area so far, so it won't look too impressive as it is, but a lot will change. I should probably save. But if you look up pictures of real redwood forests, there are tons of ferns. So I think we should lean into that. I like ferns. They're cool. In a minute we'll add some rocks too, so we can do a little variation with the terrain. And more rivers are coming, of course. I think rivers fit this area really well. And I'm just looking for more excuses to do water simulations. It's about to be good enough for the moment. Now I think let's fix some of those floating trees after I get a sip of my energy drink. Still waking up. Just a moment. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm starting to like the look of the density of the ferns. Godzilla. Godzilla's pretty cool. Your own special breed of Godzilla. I'll accept it. I think I still need to watch the newest one. But I'm woefully behind on movies and shows in general. I'm telling you, I spend all of my extra time working on this map. And occasionally smaller things. Just when I need a break, but you're not. I don't need many breaks. I actually just found out recently that there are some redwood trees within a few hours of where I live. So I think I'm going to go and scan them, photo scans in person, so I can make my own. 'Cause I love these trees. And definitely, anybody watching, let me know if there's anything you'd like to see on the stream today. Um, Mainly with the streams, I'm working on the stuff I already would have been working on, which may not always be the most exciting thing, but I want everyone else to enjoy this just as much as I do. Big boy Legos. That can stay. That looks cool. Do need to check our overdraw here in a minute, because that is something I've been working on in this area. Want it to look good, but also run good, so it's important. Ah, I knew I'd miss one. But I think we need to discuss plans for the Horseshoe Crab Temple further. I think we're on our own with this. We may not have the support of Islander, but we have to do it. I think secretly he wants the Horseshoe Crab Temple. He doesn't want to say it, but I can see it in his eye. Just one eye. The other was lost in a megalodon attack. Just don't ask him about it. He doesn't like to talk about it. It's dramatic. Well, that's not supposed to be up here. Maybe we'll throw some palm trees down here on the beach too. Any suggestions for what else should be there? I will always take suggestions. It's all of our game. I have to say, I'm looking forward to doing some volcanoes. Seems like it'll be pretty cool. Shape up some of this. As you can see, we used to have a lower resolution version of the map, so you'll find little areas like this here and there, and that's not acceptable. So we're going to fix that up. Better. what, let's load a little bit extra area here. And now we have water. I just wonder how many of you will be able to find the Easter eggs. There will be more than one. I think in just a moment we'll add some rocks and other interesting features to the forest. Fix this. And this part might take a moment. We're using nanite for the landscape too, so it essentially makes it into a really big model. So when I make changes like this, it has to be rebuilt, and that takes a moment. I accidentally almost started streaming this on my personal YouTube channel. That's how little I slept last night. I think I would have been a little disappointed when nobody noticed. This is the most exciting part of environment design. It's happening, boys and gals. We'll fix the water in a bit. I'm sure there will be more changes, so no point in wasting time on it at the moment. Ah, yes. Underwater ferns. My favorite. I will never get over how lovely the god rays look underwater. I think we should come up with an Easter egg that we're going to hide from Islander. It'll be a community idea. We can throw it in the map somewhere, and I won't tell him a thing about where it is. I don't know if he's here right now, though, so if you have ideas, just DM me on Discord. We have to leave things for him to explore. Yeah, I knew somebody would be on my side here. It's just, don't you think he'd be bored if he doesn't have something to look for? We wouldn't want that. See what this looks like. There's some of this along the shore. Oh no. Island shaders. I apologize, you might get some buffering here and there when I do things like this. about to return to the Redwoods, but this bare beach bothers me. Now a few palm trees, and then we'll return to the Redwoods. Yeah. Load another part of the beach, and I'll be able to paint them. Allegedly. Oh, that is a bit too dense. Even this still might be... Nah, it's good. Any opinions from the viewers? I'm thinking maybe a little oasis right here might fit. Maybe over here. It'd look nice. Got it. Oasis it is. We'll cut down some of these trees in a bit too. They're mainly here to visualize until I have a little more done on the beach here. It's interesting. They disappeared? Oh wait, I think I have that area unloaded. Oh no? That's fine and normal. Let's make a little oasis, maybe right here. A little less deep in a moment. Some extra erosion on the edges. Maybe raise that spot a little. Isn't this the best part of the stream when we watch the landscape saving? Thinking of doing a little in the middle of the oasis. Maybe we'll do a little blend between beach sand and the oasis material. It is packed with action, absolutely. On the outer edges, we'll make it a little more solid. It's alright to ask questions. Yes, I will be putting quite a bit of, at least what I think is interesting, ocean life, things like that, and coral fossils that, or not fossils because we're in that area, or era, but yes, I'll be putting quite a few things like that around the shore and underwater. I actually have a bunch of them already ready to add. I'm also looking for interesting prehistoric era plants. I'd like to have some plants that other games don't have. Me too. I really like working on this game and getting new ideas too. I'll sit around all the time just researching things that could go in here. It's a lot of fun. I think we'll put some nice rocks in here too. So I'm thinking we could do an actual water simulation right here to make it look realistic. A moment. Blending 3 layers in one spot. Love it. Now, I think we'll throw in some nice rocks here. In fact, I think it's worth a look. See if there's anything that would fit really well for this area. Perhaps. Yeah. Grab a couple of these. Yeah. Now we just need to fix up these collisions a little bit because I've noticed that a lot of the megascans don't have simple collisions. The other one was something like ID trucks, I think. I really thought that's what it was. It's called tropical something. Strange. What's these? And I think probably after we do the Oasis, we'll probably stop the stream for today. I'll see. Just a moment. Nah, I don't think that one fits. We'll do this one. Shrink it. Yeah, sometimes I have a little difficulty choosing rocks specifically. I don't know why. It's just so many options, and I want it to look good. Let's try this one. Yeah, I think that'll do it. But it still needs to be bigger. Now I think it's time we place some water. A little bit bigger in a moment. Yes. I do have some plans like that. Be about like that. Yeah, it's really crazy to think about. I am just really happy a lot of people are interested in it. That's why I don't want to rush too much with any area, because I want it to be a beautiful place that a lot of people can enjoy. Of course, this area might look way different in a month or two. Um, I like to make areas and then go back, tweak them more later on. It's really fun doing these water simulations. Sometimes takes a few tries though. It's since it's actually simulating, it's not always the result I want the first time around, so it's gonna look real crazy for a moment. Be like this. Looks like one of them got stuck inside of a rock. Probably this one. Some nice blue waters. Oh, it's doing it again. I really hope that's the case. I want people to like this game. And of course, I'm only a little part of it, but I'm hoping I can make areas that people remember. You know what? Let's check the collisions of this rock. Would have something to do with it. I think it does want its own waterfall. Now I just need to keep an eye out and see which one is doing that. But hey, it's part of the fun, doing fluid simulation. Ah, I saw it happen that time. Oh, not sure if I can do much about it. Let's see. Yeah. Now watch, there's going to be a new one somewhere. Yep, what did I tell you? Just why? How about we make it a little bit more accurate? See if that helps. It's a little too small. Yes. Our programmers have set up um, code for water interactions, things like drinking and so on. Um, there are some little volumes that I go back and add after placing bodies of water like this. Yeah, I can code, but I am not as good at it as our guys. I just let them do their thing. I was hoping that would help. Turned up precision. Yes, Islander. Um, Islander is the lead for the project, so he does indeed own it. I'm just a part of it. I really wanted to be a part of it as soon as I saw it. Oh, we'll just adjust that rock a little bit and see if that helps. Now we've got a new one right there. It never ends. But I fixed this one. Yeah, I'm just about done with the stream, but I wanted to do this water simulation first. um, yeah, I believe once we recover some investment in it, then we'll be making some. But it also costs a lot of money to make a game like this. Yep, that's how it goes. It's giving me trouble, but I'm not giving up. The water simulations are so fun, and I love how they come out. So I will gladly do this 100 times until it works. Yes! Let's go! We got it! The water is going well. Do you mean the river we were making in the last stream? Yes, I can show you the river right after I save this. It's mostly done. Yes. Well, probably not all rivers, but a lot of them. Especially since I can bake the result like this, and it makes it very cheap to run. Are Yeah, it's something I've always wanted to, so I was really excited to get to be a part of it. Um, we're using C++ for everything that would benefit from it, and blueprints for some things, but generally just smaller things like interactable torch or something like that. Or even that's not entirely true. Blueprints for things that are very simple. It's definitely beneficial, though, to use C++ in a game like this, or really any game, for the performance benefits at least. There we go. Gotta love how ridiculous it looks when it does this. That'll work. Ask away. I'll give any answers I can. See, this is why I like doing the simulations and then baking it to a mesh, because it looks good and it costs pretty much nothing in performance. It's hard to say what the exact requirement would be yet, just because we're still pretty early on, but I can tell you that for the environment, I'm optimizing it as much as possible. I spend a lot of time every day that I work on it, improving it a little bit more. Mainly the base is that we use nanite. So as long as you have the specs to run nanite at the base level, I would say that would be the starting point. And we'll see as time goes on, because things could get more or less demanding. But I am going to make it as playable as possible for everyone I can. And thank you. I think this is probably a pretty solid stopping point. Oh yeah, but I did say I was going to show you that river in the Redwoods. So let me go there. It's not entirely done yet, but I simulated this one too. That's what I've heard. I haven't actually played the Isle yet, but I bought it. I'm sure they're probably still working on it too. What is your question? Yeah, I still have some rough spots to touch up here, but overall it's in a better place than it was the other day. I know, that's why I love fluid flux. It's when you simulate it like this and then save the result, I just do the work ahead of time so that other people's PCs don't have to, and we get these insane physics. I love it. I do not know. I know we weren't thinking anything like a AAA price or anything like that. Sometimes I do feel that way when I play games that use nanite incorrectly, but I try to keep in mind that it is a lot of work making a game, and not everybody will know everything when they're making it, so hopefully they'll keep improving things. That would be more a question for Islander and Furious. I don't do very much with the gameplay for the dinosaurs, mainly just if it's something on the environment side that I have to handle, then I do. I believe this is where we'll wrap it up for now. If anybody has any specific requests for next week's stream, we can discuss that in the Discord channel. Or if you'd just like to see more work on the Redwoods, we can go back to that too. Thank you everyone for dropping by. And I will see everyone next week.